What if everything you're chasing is actually running from you because you're trying too hard? In the ancient temples of Egypt, in Himalayan caves, in the quiet pages of forgotten scrolls, there lies a truth that modern minds often overlook. Surrender is the gateway to power. Not the kind of surrender that means giving up, but the sacred kind. The act of releasing control and aligning with the mysterious flow of the universe. In this video, we'll explore how letting go of forceful effort can awaken the quantum field around you, the unseen web of energy that shapes your reality. You'll discover forgotten teachings, practical techniques, and real-life transformations. And by the end, you might just realize, the less you try, the more you receive. Your quantum shift begins in surrender. Long before modern science uncovered the quantum realm, ancient civilizations intuitively understood that reality is shaped not by force, but by frequency, and surrender was the sacred key to tuning in. The Vedic sages of India spoke of Prakriti and Purusha, the divine dance of matter and spirit, where manifestation arises not through control, but through conscious stillness. In Taoist philosophy, Wu Wei taught effortless action, aligning with the Tao, the natural current of existence, where resistance dissolves and life flows with ease. The Egyptian mystics believed that surrender activated Mat, the cosmic order. To live in harmony with it, one had to relinquish ego and attune to divine will. These esoteric traditions held a secret. When the mind stops grasping, the field begins responding. Over centuries, this wisdom was buried beneath material obsession and hyper-rational thinking. The sacred art of surrender was misunderstood as weakness, as passivity. But it was never about giving up. It was about giving over to something greater. And today, quantum physics is rediscovering what mystics always knew. The fabric of reality bends not to control, but to coherence. Imagine reality not as something fixed, but as a sea of pure potential, an invisible, vibrating field of infinite possibilities. This is the quantum field, a realm where particles haven't yet chosen form, where every outcome exists simultaneously, waiting for your energy to give it shape. But here's the secret most miss. It doesn't respond to effort. It responds to vibration. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, emits a frequency. This frequency either aligns with the flow of the quantum field or clashes with it. When you're anxious, controlling, or overly attached to outcomes, your signal becomes chaotic, blocking what's meant for you. But when you surrender, when you trust, release, and simply be, your vibration becomes clear, coherent, and magnetic. It's like tuning a radio. The clearer your signal, the better the reception. Surrender is that tuning. It silences the static. It tells the field, I'm ready, I'm open, I trust. And in that space of stillness, the field organizes itself to meet you, not through force, but through resonance. The quantum field doesn't need you to chase. It needs you to align. Surrender is not a single act. It's a practice, a rhythm, a devotion to inner stillness. But how do we surrender in a world obsessed with control? Start with meditation, not to silence the mind, but to witness it. Each breath is a reminder you are not your thoughts. As you sit in still awareness, you signal to the quantum field that you trust the unfolding. Journaling is another portal. Write your fears, your desires, then release them. Burn the page. Let the energy go. You're not abandoning your goals, you're setting them free. Gratitude is the highest frequency. When you thank the universe for what you already have, you align with abundance. You vibrate with trust, and trust is magnetic. Try this ritual. Sit in stillness. Place your hand on your heart. Say aloud, I release what I cannot control. I surrender to something greater than me. Then, live your day lightly. Smile. Move dash, allow dash. Because true surrender isn't about doing nothing. It's about doing everything from a place of inner peace. When you surrender, the universe doesn't stop listening. It starts responding. Let's step out of theory and into the lives of those who dared to let go. Amara, a healer in Bali, spent years chasing success, social media growth, clients, income. The harder she tried, the more drained she became. One night, beneath a canopy of stars, she whispered a simple prayer. I surrender. She stopped forcing. She rested. She trusted. Within weeks, a viral post brought thousands to her door. Not because she chased them, but because her energy shifted. She had become magnetic. Or take Julian, an engineer in London. Heartbroken and unemployed, he practiced a daily ritual. Breathe, write, surrender. He released control over timelines. He focused on presence. One day, out of nowhere, a friend connected him to a dream job, one he never even applied for. These stories aren't miracles. They're quantum alignments. When the inner world changes, the outer world responds. Surrender doesn't promise that everything will happen exactly as you wish, but it does promise that what unfolds will be in harmony with your soul. Because when you stop wrestling with the universe, you remember you are the universe. Surrender is not a destination, it's a path, a daily choice to trust the invisible, to soften your grip, to listen deeper. It asks you to stop demanding and start aligning, to stop controlling and start co-creating. Because the moment you surrender, the universe whispers back, now I can finally work with you. This journey will not always be easy, but it will be sacred. It will bring peace in place of pressure, clarity in place of chaos, and above all, a quiet knowing that you are supported beyond what the eyes can see. So I ask you now, what are you holding on to that you're finally ready to release? And what might flow into your life when you do? If this message spoke to your soul, like subscribe and join our growing circle of seekers. The shift begins within.